How to write literature review, thesis, dissertation. Literature review means that the author has good knowledge of that specific material or field, including vocabulary, theories, key variables and phenomena, methods and history. One main key content of literature is that provides a framework for relating new findings to previous findings. Well, a good acceptable literature review for thesis, dissertation will take around 3 to 6 months effort, or if you're going to stress yourself, it might take up to 2 months. What is literature review? Literature review is a comprehensive overview of prior research regarding a specific topic, thereby setting up the rationale or need for a new investigation. The literature review of specific topic main themes and sub-themes, theories and practice, application, are usually interwoven with findings of prior research. The most appropriate sources for literature review are articles and books, whereas commonly you can also gather information from governmental publication, reports. The potential sources' relative value are in order as such. 1. Scholarly empirical articles, dissertations, and books. 2. Scholarly, non-empirical articles and essays. 3. Textbooks, encyclopedias, and dictionaries. 4. Trade journal articles. 5. Certain nationally and internationally recognized good news magazines. The first two are the most appropriate sources for any article, whether it's research or review article. This will not only assist in finding or arguing for the need for a particular research question to explore, but will also help in better forming the argument for why further research is needed. Scientific knowledge about all topics accumulates rapidly, and keeping up on any topic can be a challenge. So, it is important to keep in mind that it is not realistic to expect readers to be familiar with all of the relevant background and pre-existing knowledge about any topic. Whether you're writing literature review of a topic like how much does factor A affect factor B, so first literature review should start with general information of factor A, then its types, kind, then general information of factor B, what factors influence factor B, and in end getting to the bottom line, when, where, what, who and how factor A affects factor B. In essence, the literature review goes from a broad overview to a specific focus by using subtopics of the general research question to guide the focus to a specific research question that the author wants to address. Literature review should not be a series of annotations about individual studies or articles. Regardless of the specific focus, it is important that there be seamlessly flow throughout the literature review. Qualitative literature review mostly includes social world information. However, quantitative literature most probably includes the statistical relationship between variables. Outlining is perhaps the most important step in writing a successful literature review. Having a well-thought and planned outline will assist in searching for necessary types of information and sources, save time while writing, and allow for a clearer and stronger argument for readers. First, draw a general outline, from broad theme to specific focus, and then with increase in findings of relevant sources. Change accordingly your outline. If an outline isn't changed once, then this literature review will be weak with several noticeable flaws. The process of revising and moving portions of text to different locations in literature review is natural and expected. The use of large discussion of theory is not needed when a research question is new or in the early developmental stages. Any existing theory have to be first briefly introduced, and then with general overview of the topic, the theory can be reintroduced, allowing reader to avenue a broad understanding of the research question. It is best to think of the literature review collectively as a funnel that starts out as a big opening and travels to a much narrower, finite end. The options for added value for literature review are 1. Focus on gaps in literature, exploring omissions and limitations and suggesting avenues for future research. 2. Investigating theories, impact of theories and opportunities for new methods. 3. Analysis of methodologies, pros and cons of methodologies and overview of dominant methodologies. 4. Empirical insight, state of knowledge, gaps in literature and weaknesses of methodologies. 5. Conceptual model, variables relation, overview of underpinned, parts that are not well-founded, literature for scheme, figure presenting the conceptual model. 6. Relevance for real-world applications, comparison of real-world applications and cases that are not underpinned by literature. Last, for publishing literature review in journal, the paper should primarily be a review that covers a wide range of literature from an authoritative and critical perspective, and that it comes to a set of conclusions that are supported by the evidence cited and adds value to the debate. It could be argued that a high-quality review paper is of more value to the research community than a high-quality research paper. After the introduction, each theme, subtopic needs to be placed in a sequential order that makes logical sense. The end of the literature review must be a clear and concise summary of what was present in the literature review without getting bogged down with the extensive and too specific to be useful details. Ideally, the paper should also be readable, interesting, and even exciting to read. In this regard, the abstract for a literature review paper should not only describe the paper but also includes the main conclusions and added value.